Oh boy, I'm gonna try to get to this video without losing my mind. Okay, some of the worst moments from The View. All right, let's get to it.
We have experienced many decades now of having agency over our body, of being able to determine when and how many children to have. We know what that feels like. We know what that's done for our lives. We're not going back. I don't care what the laws are. We're not going back.
Besides marching and protesting, what else do you suggest?
Well, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a miraculous. What did you say?
Murder.
She's kidding. Wait a second.
Yeah, they laugh, right? They laugh. Somebody might pick up on that and end up carrying it out. Could you imagine if this was said either on Fox News or any other conservative channel or any other Christian groups, to say the least? Could you imagine what the backlash would be coming from these liberals?
It's just
kidding. Don't say that. That's
you don't know. They'll pick up on that and just run with it.
It's not a miraculous. What did you say?
Murder.
She's kidding. Wait a second. She's just kidding.
Don't say that. That's.
So Patty's advocating for the murder of those who oppose the supposed abortion. So now, but the thing is, to disagree with her, she's suggesting, even though it sounds like a joke, is to kill people. But you got to understand, there are people with mental health issues, people who are demonically possessed in our culture, who will hear something like that and go and carry it out. That's not funny, but again, she has the right to speak her view. But I find it to be very strange that this is left unaddressed and then it's laughed at.
You don't know. They'll pick up on that and just run with it.
The worst.
She's just kidding.
Well, let me talk to you about. One thing I just want to say is I do think this was an unforced error by President Biden. It was 20 days before we had Secretary Buttigieg go down, 10 days before he put out a statement acknowledging it. Yeah. This is Trump country. He won by 40 points. He is a president for all Americans. I believe that, but he needs to show that he is. It was time for him to be.
He placed someone with deep ties to the chemical industry in charge of the EPA's Chemical Safety Office. That's who you voted for in that district. Donald Trump, who reduces all safety.
Even the audience is shocked at her comment because they realize the nature of the rhetoric and how ridiculous of a thing it was. She is implying what happened to East Palestine with the spill and the train wreck and everything, that mess, okay? She's saying, you guys voted for this. You voted for a politician who put things in place in regulation that did not benefit you. Therefore, it's your fault that your community has been in a bad condition. This had happened to your state. That had happened to your people. In essence, she's saying you guys deserve it. You understand the cruelty of her message? Only George Behar, with her red head, lack of common sense, will make a statement like that and yet get away with it.
That's who you voted for in that district. Donald Trump, who reduces all safety. He did.
So at the Miss Universe pageant on Sunday, the winner, Sosi Bini Tunzi, I said that right?
I don't know.
That's her name. She's Miss South Africa. She said, I grew up in a world where a woman who looks like me with my kind of skin and my kind of hair was never considered beautiful. So do her words resonate with you at all?
Oh, those comments, those racist comments, do not help.
Wow.
Do her words resonate with you at all?
Oh, those comments, those racist comments, do not help.
And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that just came out wrong. You know, the Latinos, they're not known for playing the victim, so they kind of very confident type of people, strong on families. So I'm pretty sure you didn't get much slash back. You know, I think the Jewish community will cry out. If this was a black person, we will scream out and take the streets and everything. But Latinos seems to be the kind of people who's like, I don't care what you say. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're just gonna keep growing, and I give them a lot of respect for that. But her remark here tells you the level of racism that is rooted in a liberal culture. This is like, she is showing the true colors of these individuals who like to make it look like they love minorities. Her perspective is that Latinos, if you kick them out, nobody's gonna clean your toilet, implying that all Latinos and all Hispanic people, that's just what they do. Now, I get the sense of the message. Okay, a lot of them work in hotels. They're the one doing the cleaning. Most of them don't speak English and everything, and they do an awesome job. Thank God for Latinos who works hard in this country, makes this world a better place. But the comment here doesn't reflect the entire. The comment is wrong. It's a stereotype kind of comment, but it's also a comment rooted in racism. And this is why everybody is shocked at what she's saying, because they realize how ridiculous Kelly Osbourne's statement is and how ignorant of a statement that is. And this is why they're shocked.
Every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's
Unbelievable.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm saying
there's more.
No. Don't justify this. You've made yourself look horribly bad right now.
In LA, they always
but
they don't.
Latinos are not only.
The Holocaust isn't about race.
No.
No, it's not about
maybe
race.
ethnicity. Well, they consider
it's
Jews
about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
Univision.
It's not about race. It's about inhumanity to man or something like that, he says. Man's inhumanity to man. That's what she ended up saying. She got herself in trouble. Like I've said, you can speak negatively against Hispanics people, Chinese people, Puerto Rican and so on, even Mexican. You can get away with that. Those communities won't push back against you. They're not so strong on the victimhood standard, I should say, upscale. But when you touch the Jews, you're gonna get the title anti-Semitic. They're gonna come after you. You're gonna have to go through some trainings and so on, which I think is a little bit extreme. As a Christian, people say a lot of things about Christianity that I don't agree with. They call us all kind of crazy names, and most of that is not even true. Sometimes it's some extremists out there who's acting up, but we suffer for it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't go after canceling people. I want this freedom of speech so that I can preach and share my thoughts. So why will I cancel you for having a thought about me that I don't agree with? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have thoughts about you you're not gonna agree with, and that's kind of the way of the world. Doesn't necessarily mean I agree with Goldberg's comment. I think her comment was ridiculous and it was wrong, and I did call it out, and I did do a whole video saying no, it was racism. It was wrong what was done to the Jews. They did not deserve this. But I also do believe it's just lately, like with Jamie Foxx, even Twitters and everything with Kyrie Irvings and what happened. It's almost like they going after every single little perspective that could be determined as anti-Semitic in any way, shutting people down, canceling their entire livelihood, which I'm like, no, that's pathetic.
It's not about race. It's not about race.
Univision personality, TV personality, Rodner Figueroa, was fired last week for saying, quote, Michelle Obama looks like she's part of the cast of Planet of the Apes.
Not Michelle Obama. Michelle, don't fire me from this right now, but some people look like animals. Is that rude?
It's crazy that these ladies still have a TV show. I know Rupi Goldberg recently got fired for making a comment about Disney, but it amazes me that most of them still are doing just fine, you know? Wow. I mean, it's not like it's what she's saying is not true. It's true. Some people do look like monkeys. I get it. But I don't know if that's what you want to use your time telling people on national television, though.
Michelle, don't fire me from this right now, but some people look like animals. Is that rude?
Girl, half my family does. Am I right, America?
I look like a bird.
Half my family.
So can I be mad if somebody calls me Toucan Sam? Like, don't be mad.
Yeah, I'd be mad if somebody called you Toucan Sam. Come on.
Okay, I'm quiet now. I'm just saying.
So this accuser says that she is a, quote, hardcore Democrat and that she is not playing politics. But her story is now being used by the Trump campaign. So let's not forget that Trump has been accused by multiple women, over 15, of sexual assault, which he denies, of course.
I'm hoping Dr. Jill becomes a Surgeon General. His wife. Joe Biden's wife, because she, you know, he would never do it, but she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor. I just
doctor
like
and
PhD.
Yeah, I don't.
I could be wrong. I thought she was.
Yeah, I think she's a teacher, but you know.
Oh my goodness, they have no idea what they talk about half of the time. The ladies on the views, but I guess it's part of their job. They gotta talk about something. But you could tell they do a horrible job doing any research on certain things. They talk about topics they have no business talking about. They say things that are so outlandishly wrong and not even properly articulated. They don't always have the facts on their side. That's why I try not to talk about something I don't understand. I just share my thought. And I speak from the perspective of what I know. I keep it very basic, and I open my Bible, and I'm done. Because I realize if you don't know, you don't know. And I think some of these ladies, they like to make themselves sound very intelligent, but really they're not. They try to act like they are really smart, but really they're not. I think Sunny Host, she's a racist woman. She is not a very pleasant woman. She's rude and just hate conservative of every sort. I think George Behar got some mental issues. She also is not right, but she's entitled to her opinion. I think Whoopi Goldberg, I liked her when she was with the sisters and everything, making her little videos. She used to make sense. I forgot this one's here. Anyway, you know her, the conservative girl. She's just a two-sided one. She has no backbones. These are all negative perspective I have from them. I used to like the views, but I realized the more I listen to them, I realized these ladies got real issues. I mean, I think this one here is more common. The one in the red, blonde girl. She's like decent, I will say. I don't have much bad things about her, but Sunny Host, she's out of her mind. She has no backbone. Whoopi Goldberg got serious issues. She wants to sound a lot smarter than she actually is, and she's really not that smart. George Behar, she needs serious mental health issues. I think that's where I think about them. But I will go back to talk about a little bit the power of words quickly here. I think some of these women, they need to be careful what they say. And I think every one of us, we need to be careful. I'm not against censorship, but I do believe we need to tame our tongue. I really believe that. Okay, the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil full of deadly poison. Therewith it, we bless God, and even the Father, therewith curse we man, which are made after the similitude of God. Out of the same mouth proceed blessing and cursings, and my blessing and those things, and ought not to be. Thus a fountain, send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter. So, I mean, when you listen to that entire chapter, it tells you over and over again, just watch your mouth. Like, be careful what you say. I'm not saying you can't speak your mind. You should. But if you're going to say it in the right spirit, say it with the right knowledge and the right attitude. Make sure what you're talking about is the truth. And if you don't have anything to say, it's best you say nothing. I think there's another extreme to this is when people either fail to speak anything that is decent and godly, or people who ignore things altogether. I don't think that's a good thing. They don't address anything that's going on in the culture. That's not a good thing, because if you leave things to continue unaddressed, and I think it creates bigger problems. Just like in relationships, if there's a problem between you and your wife and your spouse, you don't talk about it, it can get worse. And I think certain things in our culture needs to be talked about. That when we talk about things, we come to a consensus and understanding. We're able to address the problem for what they are. But I think some of these women, it's not just they're talking about issues. They just say things that is just poison. It's just death when they speak. A lot of time they talk about stuff that has no facts attached to it. And anyway, that's my thought. I could keep rambling here left and right. Link in the description below. Like and subscribe to the page if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.